Hey Canucks fans, the Vancouver Canucks were defeated 6-3 by the New York Islanders at Rogers Arena. Let's get into what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing. What do you find to like in a 6-3 loss? Well, I'll point out a few things. The first thing was Thatcher Demko. He came in basically with 5 minutes remaining in the first period after the Islanders went up 5-0. Yes, that's 5-0. And he was solid the entire game. He only let in that very late goal by Matt Martin. It wasn't his fault. I'll get to that in a second. So overall, Demko was great. He stopped, 14 of 15 shots, a save percentage of .933. And you obviously had to do something if you're the Canucks after going down 5-0 in the first period at home. I don't mind it so much given that there's a 2-day break now before the Canucks play the Leafs on Saturday. It would be different if the Canucks, obviously, we're going to play tomorrow. If this was the first game of the back-to-back, then maybe you don't make that switch. Or even, not so bad certainly if the game was on Friday, because that's just like a regular 2 games in 3 nights. But the fact that the Canucks have 2 days between now and Saturday, no problem with Demko coming in, and I'm glad that he played very well in 44 minutes of action. Luke Schenn, what a game for him. Very noticeable. Obviously the goal, the third goal for the Canucks. Then he also had that big fight, got bloodied up a little bit. And then on top of that, 8 hits, 4 blocks, and 3 shots on goal. So 1 goal, 1 fight, 3 shots, 8 hits, and 4 blocks. Doing this all for under $800,000 basically, or whatever he's signed for. I know it was under $1 million. Wow, he's our unsung hero for sure this season, filling the gap left by Hamonic and Pullman recently. No complaints about Luke Schenn's game at all. Also a +1 because of that goal. And yeah, so 17 and a half minutes of ice time. What a stat line for Schenn. And he was one of the few Canucks players that were quite good actually tonight. I also like the game of Brock Besser. Yes, he was a -2, but he was noticeable. He had 5 shots on goal. And I certainly noticed him in the third period. I think there was one shift where he was creating a lot in the offensive zone. I noticed Connor Garland a lot as well. He had 1 assist, was even actually, 2 shots on goal, 1 hit. And 2 other guys, I noticed Pettersson, not only because of his nice goal, but he also had 4 shots on goal tonight, so I thought he was pretty good. And I did notice Vasily Podkolzin, his line mate, as well. He had 1 assist. He had 5 shots on goal and 4 hits, so that's a really nice stat line for Podkolzin. 5 shots on goal and 4 hits. But yes, when you lose, I guess you can say too that they killed off their 1 power play opportunity of the Islanders. So you're kind of stretching a little bit in a 6-3 loss to find positives, but I'd say there are a couple. I'd say it was Demko. I'd say it was Schenn for sure. Those 2 guys, and then Besser, Garland, Pettersson, not bad, and the penalty kill. Okay. What I didn't like, well, you got to start with the obvious. Jaroslav Halak lets in 5 goals. Now, they're not all his fault. I'll get to that in a second, but you still have to find a way to make saves. Even if the puck's going off of skates or 2-on-1s or cross ice passes, cross crease passes, whatever it is. But Halak only made 7 saves on 12 shots. Now, I've actually thought he played very well this season. Well, he had been playing well this season. In fact, in today's vlog, I said that for the Canucks, we're lucky that there's not so much of a drop-off between the starter, Demko, who's excellent, and Halak, who's a very serviceable backup. Tonight, big drop-off, I'd say. So he makes 7 saves on 12 shots, and his save percentage, which was actually better than Demko's coming into tonight's game, it was at .918. By letting 5 goals in on 12 shots, it drops all the way down to .903. So it drops 15 points from .918 to .903. Now, I'm pretty sure Halak's going to get into at least 1 more game this season. Why do I say that? Well, those basically 2 bonuses that we have to look at. One of them got triggered today because he played in his 10th game for the Canucks. So now he is owed $1.25 million. I know a lot of people joking around saying he basically earned $1.25 million with 16 minutes of horrible play. But no, this was a bonus for 10 games played. So 1.25, and the Canucks likely applying it to next year's cap because they're capped out this season. The other bonus was that he has to finish with a .905 save percentage. And you thought, well, that was going to be easy considering he's at .918 coming into tonight's game. He exits tonight's game at .903. So that's going to likely go down to the wire till the end of the season. In the first period, I didn't like the entire Canucks play. They got outshot And then they obviously they got outplayed, and going into the locker room 5-1. They got that one late goal before the period ended. But yes, they went down 5-0 against the Islanders, and the whole team looked flat. This was a night after they looked really bad against Arizona in the first period, but escaped scoreless. Tonight, horrible. Did not escape scoreless at all. And I was singing the praises of our D-core in my vlog last night, and my vlog earlier today, but they struggled today, especially OEL and Noah Juleson. I don't know why he didn't start the game, OEL and Myers. Maybe he saw a matchup he didn't like, or maybe he wanted to split the two, the big guns up when it comes to D, the two stalwarts. But OEL and Juleson were on the goal for at least 3, if not 4, of those 5 goals, I'm pretty sure. It must have been, because they both finished -3, and they're on the goal for at least one of the Canucks goals, the Ekman-Larsson goal. And Juleson was on the ice. So that means they were on the ice for 3, if not 4, of the Islanders' goals, and they weren't tying up sticks. Juleson in particular was really weak on his stick. At least 2 of those goals was actually the first goal. Larson didn't tie up. The third or fourth goal, I can't remember. Juleson didn't tie up. So there are a few. There are at least 2 or 3 where they should have been stronger on their men. I don't know why Brujo didn't split them up though after the first 1 or 2 goals. Again, maybe he wanted to keep OEL and Myers separate, but I think he can combine them in the second period. Thank goodness, because that was not a good showing by those 2 guys in particular. Staying on D, I actually thought that Myers had a pretty rough game. He was -2. Sure, he had 2 shots, 2 hits, 2 blocks, but even the 6th goal, I know it doesn't mean anything, but he had a few strides on Cizikas. Cizikas not only caught him from behind, but then I don't know how Myers at 6'7", how he can be so weak on a stick, but Cizikas not only caught up, but simply lifted Myers' stick instead of Myers being strong. All Myers had to do was ring the puck around the boards, but instead, and that was on a strong side too, on his right side, but instead, he gets his stick lifted, then he turns around, he falls down like he likes to do, and then he couldn't stop the cross-ice pass, and then it was Matt Martin. Matt Martin, out of all guys, scoring the goal. So I thought Myers was pretty weak as well. I thought the other 3 guys, Schenn, Hunt, and Burrows, not bad, especially compared to the other 3. The one forward that I thought had a poor game was Niels Höglander. Yes, he hit the post with a few minutes left, but overall, I found that a couple of the goals were, at least one of the goals, it was because of his actually poor play. It was a giveaway and then a poor read at the blue line. I think it was the first Islanders goal, now that I think about it. Then Petey was caught trying to cover up for him. So I thought Höglander overall, he's still learning the game. That's probably why he got benched for 1 game, or sat out at least, or scratched maybe, is the better way of putting it. But I still think Höglander has a long way to go. I thought Podkolzin was much better than 2 players. He had 1 more minute of ice time and 5 shots as opposed to Höglander 0, 4 hits as opposed to Höglander 0. So Höglander, his stat line was 0s all across and a -1, where Podkolzin was 1 assist, 5 shots, and 4 hits. So big difference between our 2 youngest players. So there's a lot there, you guys. I'm not piling on the team, but this was a game where the Canucks had to win to keep their faint playoff hopes alive, because they're simply winning 1, losing 1, winning 1, losing 1, and they're not going to make up any ground if they continue to do that. One other thing, as I will do for the next little bit, I want to give you an update for Gail. I was there with her today, and in the hospital once again for about 9 or 10 hours, and she's doing well. She's able to walk. We went for a few walks, very slow walks around the floor, but she's walking, she's eating, and she's going to the washroom fine. So everything looks good for hopefully a return home tomorrow. And I'm not sure if you saw my tweet. I basically said that yesterday. I was kind of embarrassed. I said my bid to win Husband of the Year kind of took a dash today. Yesterday when the doctor called me as soon as Gail got out of surgery, and I missed the call because I was recording my vlog. Yes, not my finest moment, but hopefully Gail will forgive me, and she's doing very well. Once again, thank you to everyone who reached out. Prayers, well wishes, greetings, posts, texts, whatever it is. I appreciate you, and I'm grateful to all of you. And yeah, another small one other thing, but a big thing. Canucks set to hire Cami Granado as another AGM. Likely make that announcement tomorrow morning. I vlogged about that earlier today, so make sure you check that out when you have a chance. Okay, friends, tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me one other thing. I guess also I didn't like. I completely donked on this score prediction. I said 4-2 Canucks, not 6-3 Islanders. But let me know anything you liked, what you didn't like, and tell me one other thing. Leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. As always, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member of the channel if you'd like to, and leave your comment down below if you'd like to. What you like, what you didn't like, one other thing. My friends, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great night. God bless, and go Canucks go.